What's going on, my beautiful YouTube family? Today I'm going to show you how to optimize your Amazon PPC campaigns by doing split tests. Split testing your Amazon PPC campaigns is one of those essential skills that you'll need to harness as an Amazon seller if you want to grow your revenue month after month while continually lowering your ACoS. Now I'm going to show you step by step exactly how to do that. And before we get started, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. And if you're on YouTube, click the alert notification. That way, as I give more tips like this, you'll get notified. You can also join my private Facebook group at ZonRush, where you'll be surrounded by a community of like-minded FBA sellers looking to excel their Amazon PPC sales. Lastly, if you need a little extra help optimizing your Amazon PPC campaigns, visit our website at www.zonrush.co, where we can help you take your Amazon PPC campaigns to the next level. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into the Amazon PPC training now. So with PPC split testing, I've actually been meaning to make a video like this for quite some time now, because with split testing, this is the surefire way to accurately gauge if your Amazon PPC strategies are working or not. Any sort of Amazon PPC optimizations that you do for your Amazon account, you'll actually need to keep track of what the before and after results were, so that way you can have tangible data to know if your strategy is in fact working or not. So let's say that your 30-day split test begins today. So let's go ahead and keep track of how you're going to be optimizing your Amazon PPC campaigns with this section. So I made something, super simple. As you can see, I put week 1, week 2, week 3, all the way to week 4. And all I did was put actions, and then I put ad spend, starting PPC revenue, and starting ACoS, week 1. And then also for week 1, ad spend, ending PPC revenue, and ending PPC ACoS. And so just look at your Amazon PPC account and look at the past 7 days. And the past 7 days is going to be your week 1. And this is where you're going to put that data for the past 7 days. Okay, so you're going to look at your ad spend currently. So let's say you're at your account right now and you're looking at the last 7 days. And then you see, okay, for the last 7 days, my ad spend has been $250. PPC revenue is $500, and let's just say your ACoS is 50%. So now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go into your actions. And in your action section, this is where you're going to put your optimization variable for the first 7 days. Now you can do more than one action, but I suggest waiting until you have at least 30 days worth of PPC data after you've began split testing before you start doubling up on the action, just so that way you can not get convoluted with the data, because it's going to be a lot of data and it'll be hard to pinpoint what optimization action indeed led to a higher sales result or a lower ACoS, or even both, if you have 2-3 actions at a time. So I always recommend, especially for beginner Amazon sellers, do one major action, I should say, every 7 days. And after your first month, then you can start doubling the variables that you put into your optimization process. So now let's break down how this action works. So let's say for the first 7 days, your very first optimization action is lowering your price by 20%. So you'll put that here. I put it in red just to show that you've already used this action. And let's say after those 7 days, PPC spend was the same, so it's also $250. But let's say your PPC revenue increased $150 just because you lowered the price by 20%. And let's also say that your new ACoS is 35% after those 7 days are up. So you can clearly see that just by lowering your price 20%, you had increased your sales $150, and you've actually lowered your ACoS by 15%. So perfect. You just have gone through your first 7 days of split testing, and now what you're going to do for week 2 is you're going to add a second action to that. So for week 2, what you're going to want to do is you're going to record your ad spend from the previous ending 7 days. So in this case, ad spend stayed $250. The revenue was $650, so we'll write $650 in there, and the ending ACoS was 35%. So now you're going to want to do a second action. So you know that you lowered the price, it made an impact on your sales in a positive way, So now let's see if we can continually raise the bar to increase your sales on Amazon. All right, now time to look at the action for week 2. So let's say for week 2, you want to increase the bids by 30% on low ACoS keywords. That can be whatever you'd like. You can have a threshold of 30%, 20%, whatever makes sense for you in your Amazon business. In this example, I'm putting 20% or less ACoS. So any product placements or keyword targets that have conversions and the ACoS is below 20%, we're going to increase the bids by 30%. So let's go ahead and actually see how this is going to look like when you're looking at your own Amazon account. So again, once you're logged into your Seller Central, just go ahead and go to the date range right here where it says last 7 days. Make sure you're looking at the last 7 days worth of data. And now let's go ahead and go into the campaign level to see how we're going to make these optimizations work. Okay, so now that we have the campaign open, let's go ahead and see what the bid optimization process looks like in our week 2 example. So in that example, we're raising the bids by 30% on the top performers. So you'll simply go into your campaign, and all of the keywords and product placements that you have an ACoS below 20%, if we're going based off of the example, then this bid from 75 cents right here, what your current bid is, we'll raise it to $1. So you'll continually raise the bids on your top performers simply by looking at where you're already at in your bid and just raising it that 30% in order to test the results for week number 2. The point of this action is to basically fuel your top performers with more ad spend in order to see if you can also boost your sales at a low ACoS. Because if your ACoS is low, that means the keywords or the product placements themselves are a good placement. So you just basically want to put more ad spend to what you know is already working for your account. And after you have your results for the second week, you'll just go ahead and put the results right here so that way you're tracking as you're going along the weeks. So now let's move to week 3. For week 3, let's say you want to lower your bids as the first action by 30% on all high ACoS keywords and product placements. For an example, let's say a high ACoS for your account is 60%. So any product placement and keyword that has a 60% and above ACoS, you're going to go into those placements and actually lower the bid by 30% and measure your results. All right, so now we're going to show you how to lower the bids by 30% on your top performers. Again, super easy. Just open your campaigns and look at all the placements and keyword targets that you have an ACoS above 60% and lower those by 30%. So for example, if this had a high ACoS, we would lower this 30%, 30%, 30%, and the new bid would be around 40%. And again, this is going to be the week 3 optimization split test that you're going to want to actually implement and then record on the Google Doc. All right, so once you're done with your week 3 results, don't forget to put your week 3 results in the ending section for week 3, and it'll also be the starting section for week 4. And let's say for week 4, you want to add 10 new keywords to your Amazon PPC campaigns. Now you've already lowered the price, you've already raised the bids on your top performers, and you've also already lowered the price on your underperformers. Now you'll want to find new opportunities to stay profitable and increase your sales on Amazon while keeping all other variables constant. And for week 4, if you watch the video below where I show you how to do Amazon PPC keyword research, this video will take you step by step on how to get to the screen I'm actually looking at right now, which is a way for you to track your keywords in your Amazon PPC campaigns. And so for week 4, we're wanting to add 10 new keywords. So you'll go to your keyword list right here, you'll copy 10 keywords that you've already done research on, and then you'll go ahead and place those keywords inside your Amazon PPC campaigns. And once you do that, you'll just go ahead and change the color to the actual keywords to red, indicating that they're now being used in the campaigns themselves. Remember, success on Amazon does take long-term thinking and long-term commitment, and you're going to need to do some sort of a split test in order to accurately measure if your optimization strategies are working and what you're doing to tweak and make the necessary adjustments and see which actions are actually contributing to a high ACoS, a low ACoS, high sales or low sales. You can mix and match the variables, but tracking the variables is necessary in order to get optimal results. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can always stay in the know of what's working and what's not working today for Amazon sellers. and join my private Facebook group at ZonRush so that way you can check out a community of like-minded individuals coming together and sharing what's working today in the Amazon PPC world. And of course, if you need any extra help optimizing your Amazon PPC campaigns, my company ZonRush can take a look at your account and see if we can help you take your sales to the next level. Well, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe out there and you have a great day.